What's up everyone, this is Jared and I've got another Android TV box to show you with a really clean and easy to use UI. Now this is the WeTek Core with 2 gigs of RAM, 8 gigs of internal storage, and an Amlogic quad-core CPU running at 2 GHz. Now lifting the lid, the first thing you see is the hard factory reset tool, and then underneath that is the core box itself. But setting the core aside for a moment, underneath is the Air Mouse remote and HDMI cable, and the power adapter along with a few different countries plugs. Now the box itself features nothing in the front or right side, but on the top is the power button, which sort of wraps down to the left side, which features 2 USB 2.0 ports and a micro SD card expansion slot to make up for the small internal storage. Now the back sports the power in, optical audio out, HDMI out, Ethernet port, and AV audio output. The included Air Mouse is pretty basic but feels a little higher quality than most Air Mice included in other Android TV boxes and at least supports voice input. Now, the Core's user interface, of which is running on top of Android Lollipop, is a pretty nice improvement over pretty much any Chinese TV box UI I've reviewed in the past. It's really clean, I like the dark color scheme they went with, and most of all, it's super duper easy to navigate and set up. It doesn't come packed with bloatware apps or apps that the manufacturer deems to be justifiably included, just useful apps that people who buy Android TV boxes actually use, such as the Amaze file browser, which is pretty decent. Aptoid, which is a nice alternative to the Google Play Store if you're into that sort of thing, and then Media Center, which is great for screen mirroring and DLNA connections. And one thing I picked up on right away, and is something I always check first whenever I boot up a TV box for the first time, is that the over-the-air firmware update system actually works and gave me an update as soon as I checked, though I sure would like to see faster firmware download speeds from their server, but bottom line though, it works. And of course, one of the main reasons you'll be purchasing an Android TV box is for Kodi, which the WeTek Core comes pre-installed with out of the box, though no add-ons are pre-installed, so you'll have to get something like add-on installer like I did to get all the good stuff not offered by the XBMC Foundation itself. So the Core does a fair job playing back full HD content and is even capable of playing and outputting 4K content, which is pretty great. Performance is pretty reasonable too, considering the average level specs. Navigating around the UI is fairly painless with only a few slowdowns here and there, but if you're wanting to play games, while it can run games like Real Racing 3 and Respawnables, I did notice some frame loss. That's not to say those games weren't playable, but it wasn't quite as seamless an experience as it usually is when I play those games on any of my smartphones. Now all that being said, I think for the money, this is a pretty nice media box, and as mentioned before, I especially love the UI, and I think other media box makers should learn something from WeTek. So if you liked what you saw and wanted to pick one up for yourself, I'll have a link down in the description for you, but thanks as always for watching, and I'll talk to you all in the next one. Cheers.